next game is a game called Object Narrative. And what we're going to do is ask you, the audience, to provide us, one of you provide us with an object you brought with you this evening.
Any object.
Any object.
Book.
All right, good. We have a book in the back. Good, thank you. Thank you. All right. So here's the book.
Wow. All right.
I swear it's not a plant.
Oh my God. Whoa.
So give her a hand for giving her All right, so it might remain nameless. We don't know. All right, anyway, what we're going to do is one at a time come up and tell a little story about why that particular book is playing such an important part in our life. So here we go with Object Narrative.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh. I remember this well. Oh, yes, this was a book written by an acquaintance of mine. I am Jasmine Anklesmart, as so many of you already know, image consultant to the stars. Yes, that's me, Jasmine Anklesmart. And acquaintance of mine wrote this book and talked about me. And being an image consultant, of course, I had to talk to her about what she wrote in this particular book. She actually had written about when we were in 5th grade together. I was lovely. She was annoying. And then we went to 6th grade. I was really lovely. She was terribly annoying. We got to high school. And let me tell you, that's when it all happened. She took my lovely long hair in class one day, thought she was being very funny, and cut off the back of my hair. For the next year, I had to wear 2 long Pocahontas braids. And there was a mohawk. And then she wrote this book. It was very disturbing. And as you know, I decided that I would write my book about this lovely person, excuse me. I'm not going to talk about the title of the book. It's a big surprise. However, I, in my book, was able to tell the truth about what really happened and how I could become the lovely image consultant and she could end up in the penitentiary. So sorry, my dear.
Oh my. OMG, this book here. My name's Jacques Bustier, and I work at a hair and nail emporium. All right, I do some locks, and this book, when it came out, this particular book got dropped in our hair and nail for him. And Betty Face, she's the owner, she came up and she started looking through it, and she ran across this part in here where this supposedly really snotty, nasty high school girl got her comeuppance by getting the back of her hair cut into a mohawk. And so she had these long Pocahontas locks on there and this little mohawk in the back. Do you know how hard it is to cut hair to look like that? This became just such a rage that all of the young teenage girls had to come in and had to get some hair extensions, so they could get some long hair, and then we had to shave a mohawk in the back. The good thing was, though, is since it was such an odd haircut, we could charge pretty much what we wanted, so we made lots of money off of it. It's just whatever happened to the beehive?
Oh yeah, this book. My mom got me expelled from school because of this book. My mom, Jasmine Ankle Smart, she heard that this book was about her, and she knows that I have fourth period where I have to assist the librarian and work there in our library, and she wanted to make sure that none of these books were at our school library. So I had to go up to the librarian and say, "Excuse me, do you know where I can find the book?" And so she sent me to the principal's office. I'm like, "No, Mom." So anyway, I had to explain that to the principal. I had to go to detention, and then finally the next day I went and I looked up the computer, and of course you're not supposed to use this word in the computer, and I couldn't get it to search for it, so I had to go up and down all the dials. Apparently this is nonfiction. And I finally found it, and so I stole it like she asked and brought it home. And then what did she do? She autographs the darn thing and tells me to put it back. So I go back to the library, and I go to the librarian, and I say, "So I borrowed this book, I forgot to check it out, I gotta put it back on the shelf." And she got really mad at me for stealing it or whatever. She sent me back to the principal's office, and yeah, I got expelled for the next month. Hate my mom.
All right, children, gather in. Everyone get seated. Come on, everyone get seated. This has been an emergency session here at this high school. We need to take care of some business here. This is very disturbing what's going on here. Take your seat. Jill, I see you back there. And your funky hair. You need to sit down. I'm going to talk to you about that. That's part of this discussion we're having here today. So, the subject of this book, I'm so fired up about this. This is so disturbing. The subject of this conference we're having here is this book. Stop laughing. All right? Hey, this is not funny. This is a very serious subject here. There will be no laughing. All right? No laughing. No, there's nothing funny about this book. Do you hear me? Do you understand me? This is just unacceptable. Unacceptable. Ooh. All right. I'm glad you all came here because you had no choice. What we're talking about here is this book. Any book with this word on it is totally unacceptable. And there are two things that we need to focus on about this book. First off, I'm going to point to you, and you, and you, and you. That hairstyle is not according to school code. I don't even know what salon you're going to get that haircut. I can't even imagine how that gets accomplished. That is unacceptable. You got to pull the Pocahontas things out. Just do it right now. Yeah, pull it up. Bring them up here. Put them up here. Right here. Right here. I'm going to set these on fire. Get them up. You can't hide over there. And you back there, Jill. Bring those up here too. All right. The other thing that we need to discuss about this book is there will be no more picking on the young ankle smart child. Just because she attends this school, just because her mom is really a Class A person, according to the book, You need to leave her alone. Does everyone get this? There will be no more picking on the ankle smart kid, and if I find any more, I don't even know what to call this, any more of this Pocahontas stuff, you will be expelled immediately. Thank you very much. Everyone back in class.